Hello and welcome back to the Spider's Web. And what do we have for you today? It's going to be another unboxing. This is the final as yet expansion pack, one of my favourite games, Talisman. This is the city expansion, and as you can see it's unopened. The inside has been untouched by human hands from when it was packed, obviously, because beforehand it would have to be made. And so let's get the knife of opening. Let's slice into the cellophane. Let's not try and take my finger off. I can do that myself without using a knife. That's what the plaster's for, by the way. It's not that I've cut myself, it's a nervous habit I've got of scratching on me side of me thumbs. Right, so enough of that. Let's get on with the unboxing. There we go. That's the cover. As you can see, looks interesting. What do we have on the back? Well, as per usual, it shows you the example of the back of the cards that you get, the figures, the game pieces, a few more cards, various other bits and pieces. It tells you here about the scenario for the game and the introduction of what is in the list of contents. Instead of looking at the list of contents and all this, just turn this over, get it open. Now let's have a butcher's. Come on. Right, so I start off as per usual. Fantasy Flight. We have the little booklet full of advertisements for all these games. I'm tempted with that one. I'm tempted with that one. And we have the 12-page instruction manual. You've got all your characters here. Got your spy, tinkerer, bounty hunter, cat burglar, tavern maid, and elementalist. There you go. That's pretty long, nicely laid out rules. And next we have one of these annoying bags that I can't blooming open with a plaster on my thumb. And inside we have the alternative ending cards. You've got Thieves Guild, you've got Assassin's Guild, you've got the Merchants Guild. So they each have their own separate things. Let's start with the Merchants Guild while it's on the top. While this alternative ending is in play, the amount of gold in the game is not limited. If all of the gold coins provided in the game are taken, use tokens or counters to represent traditional gold. Additional gold, not traditional. Whenever a character starts his turn and does not have any gold, it may gain 1 gold, and the first character to reach the Crown of Command with 20 or more gold wins the game. So that's the Merchant Guild. In the Thieves Guild, a character on the Crown of Command must roll 1 die for the Thieves Guild during each of his turn. And if you roll 1 to 2, you must take 1 gold from all other players. If you roll 3 to 4, you must take 1 object from all other players, and if you roll 5 to 6, you must take 2 objects from all other characters. A character on the Crown of Command can hold an unlimited number of objects. When a gold or object must be taken, and a character does not have one to take, he is killed. If all other characters are killed, you win the game. Characters on the Crown of Command cannot encounter each other. They must roll 1 die for the Thieves Guild instead. And if all remaining characters are on the Crown of Command, the game ends. The character with the most total objects and gold wins the game. Excuse me. And the Assassin's Guild. In order to use this alternative ending, you must be playing with the rest of the city expansion. That's the only one I think that's got that proviso with it. And it says, when the character starts his turn and does not have any wanted posters, he may draw 1 from the top of the deck. Whenever a character claims the bounty on a wanted poster, the wanted poster is not discarded. Instead, the card is kept face down in the character's play area. If a character is killed, he may keep up to 3 of his face down wanted posters, and the first character to reach the Crown of Command with 4 or more face down wanted posters wins the game. So there's your assassin. So there's your alternative ending cards. And now we have our character cards. I'm not going to read through all these, I'm just going to let you have a quick look at them. So we start off with the Spy. It's a bit of a fop. Around Christmas I'll say be a mince pie. Mince pie, never mind. And we've got a Tinkerer. Looks like one of the goblins from Labyrinth, doesn't it? There we go. And then we've got the Bounty Hunter. Quite resembling Sean Connery from the movie Zardos. We've got the Cat Burglar. We've got the Tavern Maid. And finally, the Elementalist. There you go. So there's all your big cards done. Next, we have, as per usual in one of these big box expansions, we have another board. And this is the City board. Like the Dungeon and the Highland expansion, it's an L-shaped board and goes round one corner of the main Talisman board, and you will enter it at the oh, where would you enter it now? I can't see. Strange, it doesn't say. Oh, City. So unlike the Highland and the Dungeon expansion where you come into it from one of these edges, usually that one I think it is. I think this time you enter this into here, or you enter into here. Although I may be wrong, I suppose. I'll find out more when I read through the rule book. Okay, and as per usual we have fantasy plates. Small collection of massive cards. Here we go. So we've got full plate. This like equipment you can use by the look of it, I think. Either equipment or armour, one or the other. I don't know what you'd get. I think it's weapons, maybe wrong. And then this one is pets, I think. It's got a bird cage on the back, so I'm assuming it's they're all to do with animals, so they will be followers. But let's just put those cards down and have a nosy. Yeah, so they look like pets you can have. Oh, that's handy. I just think you can have a pet panda. Okay. Now what else do we have? These could be would they be spells? I don't know. Let's have a look. I suppose I'm flying blind with this because magic objects. Okay. Potions, I would guess. It does look like like it, they all seem to be elixirs. Visible, yeah, so yeah, they look like potions. What else do we have? Horses, so these may be part of the stable. We'll return to the stable as we had in the dungeon, I think it is, yeah. Yeah, these are stable cards. We've already got some of those in one of the other expansions. Neutral alignment cards. Does that remind you of anybody? Aha. So who's this? These are your wanted posters. There we go. So these are the ones that they were going on about with the Assassin's Guild alternative ending. Then what could these be? The gates of the city. Would these be the encounter card for the city? Yeah, it is. These are the encounter cards. Okay, so these are exactly the same. So the event cards, encounter cards, whatever you want to call them. It says event on the. So these are all the things that you, when you land on a new square, you turn a card over and you'll find these. So there we go. There's all your cards. And next, and possibly the most important part of it, because let's face it, it's okay having the extra board and the extra cards, but without the figures it's a really boring game. So let's have a look at what we've got. Well, we'll start off with the Tavern Maid. There we are. I'm just hoping her face is nicely sculpted, then I don't have a problem with looking like one of the changelings from Deep Space Nine. It doesn't look too bad, so there we go, a little bit of mould problem there. As in like from the mould that it was cast in, not actually green stuff that grows on bread and it's changing to penicillin. Here's your tinkerer. Here's a mechanical owl. There we go. Nicely detailed. To the nose. And we've got the cat burglar. I assume this to be, yeah. I'll say that's the cat burglar. My, what big hands she's got. I know she's holding a pearl, but by the gods, that's massive hands. I was just going to say her face isn't very nicely formed, but I'm assuming it's a mask, like a veil over her mouth and nose. So I have to remember that when I'm painting it and not start getting stressed out. And here's the spy. There we go, he's black fur coat. He stands out a mile, so you couldn't really mistake him for anything other than a spy, could you really? And now the bounty hunter. And I think, looking at it, he's got the moustache. He has been moulded with a Movember style tash there. Doesn't look a happy puppy, does he? Here we go. There's your bounty hunter. I'll turn him around so you can see the back of him. There you go. And finally we have the Elementalist. On this picture it shows that that's a fish and that's like a phoenix, but on here it looks as though it's just water and that's fire. So I don't know what it could be. But I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'll do that as water and that as fire. Two of the elements. So there you go, that's some painting for me to do. So you've seen the latest Talisman expansion. That's the city expansion. It's only been released now about a month, and I shall let you know what it's like when I've played it. I may not actually play using the full lots, because I don't normally. What I normally do is use parts of it, and some of the rules I don't really like the look of, then I don't bother with. I'll just pick and choose, which you can do. You can play the basic game but use on the board. But there we go, that's one of the joys of Talisman. Anyway, that being said, stay tuned, because we're going to be having another unboxing very shortly. And this one was like an impulse buy on my part. So this one was planned, and there's two others in there which I've done, which are coming up a little bit later. In one video they were planned, but the next video in this is, as I say, an impulse buy. So I've not a clue about it at all, never seen it played or anything, so one of those things. We'll see how it goes. So until I see you again, take it easy, God bless.